Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I continue to be in my shiny rose gold sparkle void, as you see. Believe it or not, this is actually a tablecloth and it's slightly sheer, so I need to make sure the lights on my drafting table behind it are turned off or you guys will all see the mess I left there. We're not going to talk about that right now. What do you think of it as a backdrop though? Should I keep using it or should I find something else? Let me know in the comments. This video is not about my backdrop, so even if it is pretty awesome, you know. It's actually about two birthdays that I want to talk about. One of which was my birthday, which is just passed, and the other of which is my channel's birthday. This coming Monday, which is the 12th, will be the anniversary of the first video I posted on YouTube, which was my 20 questions response, 20 questions in quarantine. And if you haven't watched it, I'll put a link over here so you can check it out and have a gander. We're currently in the collective community working out a new set of questions for a new 21 costuming questions for 2021. So that video will be coming out at some point. I haven't recorded mine yet, so I don't know when exactly I'm going to put it up. But there's going to be a new set of questions making the rounds in the costume community, so look out for those as well. Now, I didn't do a end of year review back in either December or January. If you watch the video I put out in February, you'll know why. But also, part of the reason why I didn't do a year in review video then is because I wanted to do it now when I hit 1 year on YouTube. So I just want to take a quick look back at everything I have and have not accomplished in the last 12 months here on the YouTube. I'm not going to go over every single video I've made because I've got 32, or this is my 32nd video, so we're not going to go in super detail, but there are a couple that I want to take a short look back. My most popular video is my Edwardian corset mock-up video, which is part 1 of a 2-part series. I promise I have not forgotten about the second part of that video. I actually got about halfway through making the real finished corset piece, and then, you know, plans changed, I set it aside, and the event that I was planning on wearing it to didn't happen, so it just kind of got, it's in my UFO pile over there right now. But I'm going to be needing it this summer, so there is going to be I'm going to be finishing it and filming it, so there will be a video that will be, you know, part 2. It might be a whole year later, but there'll be a part 2, I promise. Now, my most rewarding video that I've filmed is honestly a toss-up. It would have to be between my Dorset button tutorial, which was for both left and right-handed video or sewers, as well as the series that is my Victorian slipper crochet along. I had a lot of fun filming both of those. I definitely want to do more tutorials like that. I'll admit they take longer to film and longer to edit than just like vlog style videos where I'm just showing myself making a project. So that's why I haven't done a ton of strictly tutorials yet, just because, you know, they take time. And I want to make sure that they are well made and enjoyable for people to watch. I do have ideas for more. I haven't settled on a list or a schedule for them yet, but I definitely am going to do some more crochet alongs, more sewing stuff, accessories, some knitting things as well. I've just, you know, got to work them into a schedule, and I am notoriously bad at sticking to schedules, I'll be honest. Now, in a normal costuming year, because I have been doing historical costuming, let's see, I think I was 12 years old the first time I made a historical costume, so it's been a long time. Most days for the past 15 years or so, I usually do like 2, 3, 4, maybe even more costumes a year. It depends on, you know, my event schedule, especially if I'm going to be doing an event that has multiple days in it. You know, I would make more costumes, and 2020 was just, you know, 2020. So I only made one costume, one full actual dress, which was my 1840s fan dress, but I had a lot of fun making that dress too. And I did almost all of it as a time lapse, so that was my also trying out that style of filming. I don't know when I'm going to wear that dress again either, but I definitely do intend to, because I really like how that came out. I was really, really happy with it. So I might not make it onto my YouTube, but it'll definitely be on my Instagram. Now, those are some of my positives. Let's talk about some of my negatives, because, you know, that happens too. There were definitely things that I had planned to do over this past year that I just didn't get around to either making or filming. The most recent one would be the 10th century outfit that I actually talked about in my video from the end of February. Now, I actually got about halfway through the project. I made the underdress, or cirque. You see a picture of it. And I did also make the headscarf, a headband, including the tablet woven brocaded silk band that, oh, excuse me, that I did for that. And this was kind of exciting for me. It was my first time doing something like this, as I used actual sterling silver wire to make my own set of temple rings, because all of the other ones I've made have been out of aluminum or copper wire. So making them out of sterling silver wire, you know, precious metal, was something new for me, and I stretched myself a little bit further than I had in the past when I was making that set. So you can... And I cut out the linen for the overdress, so I did start working on the overdress, but unfortunately I lost my grandfather partway through the 4-week competition, and that just, you know, that knocked me out of the right headspace to be able to keep myself motivated to keep sewing and everything. So I just couldn't finish the project within the deadline I had for it. So again, I'm not abandoning the project. I'm definitely going to finish making that, because I'm actually really excited to finish it. I'm going to set it aside for now. I'm hoping that my SCA, my local Barony, will be able to have, fingers crossed, we'll be able to schedule our first event since 2019? Yeah. In the fall. We'll see, because, you know, once things start up again, everyone's going to want to get onto the calendar. But I'm hoping to finish it for my next local baronial event, which I'm hoping will be in the fall, but it might be a little bit later. But yeah, that's definitely going to happen, hopefully, if not this year, the very beginning of next year. I really don't want to leave it for too long, just because I just want to see it done too. But other things are coming up, and my schedule is, you know, like I said, I don't always get along with schedules. Anyway. Ooh. There were also some Edwardian projects that I had to postpone. It should be fairly obvious that, you know, I can't really fit things if I don't have the corset to fit them over. So everything that was meant to go over the corset that I haven't finished sewing also got pushed back. But once I finish the corset, I do intend to go back and work on all those other Edwardian ideas I had, including a couple of videos about how to interpret original patterns from the magazines that were printed. I believe I heard somebody refer to them as spaghetti patterns. It is basically where you have the big sheet of paper, and just every single pattern piece is overlaid on that one single sheet of paper, and you have to trace them out. So I want to do a video about working from those, especially as a plus-sized costumer. How to take an original tiny straight-sized person pattern and make it work for a larger person. So those are definitely going to be at some point in this year. I haven't scheduled out my entire year yet, and I can't promise I'll stick to the schedule. So, but yes, once I have the corset finished, then I can start moving into all of those other pieces that I definitely still intend to make. I, at the moment, have a summer event on my calendar. It's going to be in the middle of July, and the middle of July around where I am, well, actually it's in New Jersey, it's not here where I live, but it gets really, really hot and humid. So I might finish all the sewing for it, and I might not go to the event because it might be, you know, 95 degrees and 100% humidity, and I don't do well in that. But anyway, that's another topic for another time. One of the things that I'm also definitely going to be talking about here on YouTube at some point over the summer. Actually, I know exactly when over the summer. It's going to be in August. Is the 1908 sweater that I knitted back in, mostly in December. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen some of the teaser shots I posted of it. So I'm going to do a whole video about that sweater and how I took the original pattern, which was for a 36-inch bust, I want to say it was. I haven't looked at the paper for it recently because I finished working on it. But I'm going to do a video in August all about how to take an original Victorian or Edwardian, basically an, you know, probably a pre-1940s pattern, really, and how to take that, how to figure out the size of it and how to make it fit, especially for plus size, or specifically for plus size, because often, sometimes they would have, you know, a bust size listed for the pattern, but there's almost never a gauge listed. They just tell you, you know, this size yarn, this size needle, make a thing with this many stitches. So I'm going to be doing a video in August about how to figure that out when you don't have all of the information you need to be able to resize it. And I'm kind of sort of thinking of it as a follow-up to the video that I posted last year during CocoVid, which was my upside down T means what, decoding Victorian and Edwardian knitting and crochet patterns. So I know it's been ages since I've done anything besides a talking head video. I am aware of that, but I promise you, in 2 weeks I'm going to be doing an actual making something video, which I'm also really excited about. And what I'm going to do is just show you a couple different styles of temple rings that you can make yourself. My main focus is on Western Slavic stuff for medieval period rather than Eastern or Russian, but some of these are pretty universal and have been found all over Europe, Eastern Europe I should say. But that's going to be my video in 2 weeks, so I hope you're excited for that. And let's see, what else do I have to say? That's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel and stick around. I will see you in 2 weeks with a new fun making something video. Bye! It's my birthday, so I'm gonna wear a tiara. Because who doesn't want to be a princess?